Clover's story, a visit to the busy, buzzy bees. When I've earned my Clover petal, I will know how to use resources wisely, just like Clover. To earn your Clover petal, do these three things. 1. Enjoy Clover's story, then talk about it. 2. Make a collage using old magazines or postcards. 3. Practice being resourceful. Clover's story, a visit to the busy, buzzy bees. The sun had just appeared in the sky when the flower friends woke up and got ready for another fun day. Chatting and laughing, they each helped wash Lupe's petal-powered car. "I love it when the car looks all shiny and clean in the sun," Zini said. "And Clover's idea to collect rainwater in pails means we don't waste water," Vi added. "That was smart, Clover." Clover blushed. "I'm happy any time I can think of ways to use things wisely," she said. "Now, let's go on our trip. I can't wait to give you a tour of my friend Henry Honeybee garden." Clover hopped into the driver's seat of the car. The pedal-powered car ran on flower power. Every part of the flower helped the car go. A few minutes later, the flower friends arrived at the garden. Clover and her friends headed over to a patch of beehives. Swarms of black and yellow honeybees flew around them. "The honeybees live in hives," Clover explained, "but they love to fly around outside too." "How do bees make honey?" Zini asked. "First, bees gather nectar from plants and flowers," Clover told them. "Then, they store it in a honeycomb to make honey." One of the honeybees flew by. "We love buzzing around the flowers," she said, "and we like turning flower nectar into something sweet to eat." Buzz, buzz, buzz. Just then, Clover's friend Henry flew over, carrying several jars. "Hi, Clover," Henry said. "I have a surprise for you. Since you always help me take such good care of the garden, here is some honey for you and your friends." "Thanks, Henry," Clover said. "What should we do with our honey?" Zini asked Clover. Clover thought for a moment. "I know," she replied. "Let's throw a tea party when we get back." Back at the garden, Clover called the other flower friends over. "Hey everyone," Clover called out. "We brought some honey back from the beekeeper's garden. We can use the honey in our tea, and we can make a honey dip using our leftover yogurt and apples," she added. "That's a great idea," Gloria said. "It's smart to use our leftover food instead of throwing it away, and the dip will be tasty too." "Thanks for taking us to visit the beekeeper's garden, Clover," Vi said. "I'm glad you had fun," Clover said. "A few bees flew past their table. They were flying to the daisy flower garden. And thank you for making our honey," Clover called to them. The end. Number 1. Talk about Clover's story. How did Clover use resources wisely? What do you think would have happened to the leftover yogurt and apples if Clover hadn't suggested making a dip? When have you been resourceful? Can you think of other ways to be resourceful? Number 2. Make a collage using old magazines or postcards. Being resourceful means finding new ways to use old things. You may want to make a collage of flowers or create a picture of a new flower friend. Number 3. Practice being resourceful. There are lots of ways to act like Clover. Try it out by doing one of these activities. Offer to help your family make a recipe using leftovers so the food won't go to waste. Visit a local garden or farmer's market. Ask about how the gardener or farmer uses resources wisely to grow plants. Find out what they do if they have too many vegetables to eat or sell. Or, with your daisy friends, come up with 3 ways you can use resources wisely in your meeting place. Promise to do so at every meeting. Congratulations! You have earned your Clover petal. Now, when you say the Girl Scout law, you'll know exactly what that line means. Wear the petal on your tunic or vest to remind you to always use resources as wisely as you can. Gather together with your daisy friends and say the law up to Clover's line. Now you know 8 lines of the law. Keep adding lines as you earn more petals. The Girl Scout Law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely.